All hail a beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. In today's video, we're discussing Exaltant Le Musc by Parfums Vintage. I was excited when they gave me the heads up about coming out with this fragrance, and I'm sure many of you guys and girls out there were as well. So let's break this one down. Now, the presentation for Exaltant Le Musc, which shall be called Elm for the remainder of this video, is what we've come to expect from Parfums Vintage. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a simple classic design that has come synonymous with the Parfums Vintage brand. We have this classic bottle, black top, and well, the box. Fuck the box. Now, the note breakdown for Elm may sound similar to something that you smelled in the past. It has black currant, violet leaf, and thyme in the top. There's blueberry, jasmine, cedarwood, and cinnamon in the mid, built up upon this bed of amber, suede, oak moss, leather, patchouli, and vanilla in the base. Now, if you haven't guessed it yet, or if you've been living under a rock or you just did not know, then Elm is a recreation of a Bond No. 9 scent, which is Bleecker Street. And if you're not familiar with this scent here, then here's what you need to know. Bleecker Street is this woody, oriental, slightly gourmand type scent with a hint of sweetness. And like Bleecker Street, I believe that Elm would be a standout scent for spring and summer. Without a doubt, it's fresh, it's green, it's slightly ozonic, and it has a hint of fruitiness that's kind of sharp. Now, with owning both Bleecker Street and this one here, there are some similarities, but there are also some glaring differences as well. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll leave that more for you to decide, as you may prefer things a little different than me. About a year ago, I did my official review on Bleecker Street, which I'll leave linked below in case you care to check it out. And I kind of talked about my distaste for the opening on Bleecker Street. To me, the opening on Bleecker Street is harsh. It's extremely sharp, and it has this almost body odor type of vibe to it. And the opening is an area where I feel Elm really excels, as it's been toned down a bit. That sharpness isn't really there, and it's a tad bit softer. Now, Parfums Vintage gets extra style points here because one of the things that I really liked about Bleecker Street is that it's a manly scent. And despite its softer, less sharp opening, they really didn't lose any of their masculinity with this fragrance as well. So they did a great job there. Now, on a smell test that I've done on Elm versus Bleecker Street, the dry down, Elm is really taking the cake as well. That stated, I feel like it's something that you should really get your nose on. Now, in my opinion, the performance on these two fragrances are just about the same. The opening on Bleecker Street projects a bit more than it does on Elm, but I believe that Elm has slightly better longevity. Generally speaking, I would say you get about 6 to 8 hours on Elm, and that's just enough to get you through a day at the office or a school day. Now, like Bleecker Street, the compliment factor on Elm has been pretty much hit or miss. Some days I wear it, I'll get 5+ compliments, and others, well, none at all. So if you're going to choose this one as your scent of the day, just be cognitive of where you're going to wear it and who you're going to be around, because that will make a big difference in the compliments. Now, because this one doesn't project as much as Bleecker Street in the opening, I think this one can be worn casually as well as in the office or in a school environment. If you're going to be sitting in close quarters with someone, I would not be afraid to spray this one on and then walk in, as this one, to me, the opening, that it just projects and it's a little bit off-putting. That being stated, I believe that Elm is a versatile scent, so if you're looking to get it, you can pretty much wear it anytime. Now, the pricing is where some people have gripes and complaints about Parfums Vintage, but I believe that they are appropriately priced, especially when you're comparing something like this to a retail fragrance. Purchasing Bleecker Street directly from Bond or in a big box retailer like Saks, you're gonna look to spend anywhere between $230 and $350 for the 1.7 and the 3.4 respectively. At the same time, if you're looking to get this one from Parfums Vintage, you're gonna look to spend between $79 and $110. It's a massive price savings. But purchasing on a gray market is where the water gets muddied a bit, and some people believe that, hey, the price list for it isn't that much, and you may want to purchase Bleecker Street. If I had to do it all over again and I had to choose between these two, I prefer Elm over Bleecker Street. Specifically this formulation of Elm, as there's an intense version and I like this one more. I mean, that being said, the choice is ultimately yours, so I would at least get your nose on it if you're in the market for a fragrance like this for the spring or the summertime. I definitely think this is one that you should try out. All in all, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10. This one is a solid release, and again, this one is based off the original. I wasn't a huge fan of the original initially. as time went on, I began to like it more and more. I give this one a 7. I give this one a 7.5. That's my official thoughts and opinions on Elm by Parfums Vintage. If you've tried this one, comment below, let me know your thoughts on this fragrance. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want some more of it? As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard B. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are back again. And do me a favor, hit the goddamn